In this lecture, we will discuss some of the problems based on the previous lectures. So the first question is, an unknown semiconductor has energy gap 1.1 electron volt and Nc is equal to Nv. Nc, the effective density of states for conduction and valence band, Nc and Nv are equal. It is doped with the 10 raised to 15 centimeter raised to minus 3 donors, where the donor level is 0.2 electron volt below EC. Given that EF is 0.25 electron volt below EC, calculate Ni, that is the intrinsic carrier concentration, and the concentration of electrons and holes in the semiconductor at 300 Kelvin. So we have to find out the value of intrinsic carrier concentration and the equilibrium electron and hole concentration. So given the Eg value, Eg means the energy gap, 1.1 electron. The semiconductor is not mentioned, so we can draw the energy band diagram of the semiconductor using the given details. So this is EC and this is EV, and the energy gap is mentioned as 1.1 electron volt. So Eg is equal to 1.1 electron volt. Also, it is doped with 10 raised to 15 donors, where the donor level is 0.2 electron volt below EC. So first we can draw the value of EI, that is intrinsic carrier concentration, that is in the middle of the band gap. So EI is in the middle, and given the donor level is 0.2 electron volt below EC. So donor level, so we can mark ED, that is the donor level, that is 0.2 electron volt. So this is 0.2 electron volt below EC, and EF is 0.25 electron volt below EC. So EF is this is EF. EF is 0.25 electron volt below EC. So Eg is given, the difference EC minus ED and EC minus EF are given in the question, and we have to calculate the value of the intrinsic carrier concentration and the value of N0 and P0. So from the given data we can write the equation for electron concentration, since Nc and Nv are equal, and also we have the equation N is equal to Nc into e raised to minus of Ec minus Ef by kT. So the value of N can be determined directly from the given data, that is, since the semiconductor is doped with the 10 raised to 15 donor atoms. So Nd is 10 raised to 15 centimeter raised to minus 3. We can say that the value of N will be approximately equal to the net doping value, or we can say the value of N will be equal to Nd, that is 10 raised to 15 centimeter raised to minus 3. So the value of N or N0, the electron concentration, can be directly determined from the donor concentration. So replacing the value of N with the Nd, we can find out the value of Nc. Since Ec minus Ef is also given in the question, Ec minus Ef is given as 0.25 electron volt. Also the value of kT at 300 Kelvin, the value of kT is 0.026 electron volt. The value of K is Boltzmann constant value, that is 8.6 into 10 raised to minus 5 electron volt into T 300 Kelvin, then the value will be 0.026 electron volt. So this is the details we have to apply in this equation, and we can determine the value of NC. NC is equal to N into e raised to EC minus EF by KT. And we can determine the value of NC. N is 10 raised to 15. So 10 raised to 15 into e raised to EC minus EF is 0.25 electron volt divided by KT. KT is 0.026 electron volt. And solving this value, we will get the value of NC as 1.56 into 10 raised to 19 centimeter raised to minus 3. So we have got the value of NC. Also from the question we know that NC is equal to NV, and which will be equal to 1.56 into 10 raised to 19. And we can determine the value of P or P0 using the equation NV into e raised to minus of EI minus EF by KT. And the value of NV is 1.56 into 10 raised to 19, and e raised to EI minus EF. EI minus EF can be determined from the the equation is P0 is equal to NV into e raised to EF minus EV. Equation is EF minus EV. So we can determine the value of EF minus EV from the figure. So this value is EF minus EV means this value will be 1.1 minus 0.25. So the energy gap is given as 1.1. So 1.1 minus 0.25, which will be equal to 0.85 electron volt. So EF minus EV can be determined from the band diagram. So that will be equal to 0.85 electron volt divided by KT is 0.026 electron volt. And solving this value, we can get the value of P0 as 8.7 into 10 raised to 4 centimeter raised to minus 3. So from the given details, we can determine the value of N0 and P0. So N0 is 10 raised to 15 and P0 is NV into e raised to minus EF minus EV by KT. So we know the value for N0 and P0. These are the equilibrium electron and hole concentration. That is we have solved from the two equations. And also we have to determine the value of intrinsic carrier concentration. By mass action law, we know that N0 P0 is equal to Ni square, or we can determine Ni as root of N0 P0. So we know the value for N0, and the value of N0 is 10 raised to 15, and the value of P0 is 8.7 into 10 raised to 4. On substituting these values in this equation, root of N0 P0, we will get the value of Ni, and the value of Ni will be equal to 9.3 into 10 raised to 9 centimeter raised to minus 3. So these are the values for N0, P0 and Ni. Ni can also be determined from the equation Ni square is equal to Nc Nv into e raised to minus Eg by Kt. So using this equation we can determine the value of Ni. This is another formula for determining the value of Ni, that is Ni is equal to root of Nc Nv into e raised to minus Eg by 2 Kt. So using this relation also we can determine the value of Ni. Since Eg is given, Kt value is known, is Nc and Nv are equal, and the values we have determined the value of Nc and Nv So using this equation also we can determine the value of Ni. So this is our first problem. So from this problem we can determine the intrinsic carrier concentration and the concentration of electrons and holes of the semiconductor at 300 Kelvin or at equilibrium condition. So we can go to the next problem. This problem is related with the excess carriers. The excess carriers generated an optical generation rate that we have already studied, and from this question a silicon sample is given. A silicon sample with the 10 raised to 16 donors is optically excited such that 10 raised to 19 centimeter raised to minus 3 electron hole pairs are generated per second. So this 10 raised to 19 means it is optical generation rate of the sample, and the laser causes the sample to heat up to 450 Kelvin. So here the temperature is given as 450 Kelvin, not 300 Kelvin. It is 450 Kelvin, and we have to find the Cauchy Fermi levels. Find the Cauchy Fermi levels and the change in conductivity of the sample upon shining the light. So we have to find the delta sigma value, and the electron and hole lifetime tau n and tau p is given as 10 microsecond, and the value of diffusion coefficient dP and the diffusion coefficient dN is given, and Ni is 10 raised to 14 at 450 Kelvin. So the value of Ni is at 450 Kelvin. So what is the change in conductivity upon shining the light? This is the question, and we can do this problem. So we know the relation for excess carriers generated delta n and delta p. Both are same at low level injection, and delta n is the excess electron concentration and delta p is the excess hole concentration, and this can be determined by using the equation the steady state carrier generation rate GOP into tau. Tau can be tau n or tau p. Since tau n and tau p are same, we can use this relation delta n is equal to delta p is equal to GOP tau n or tau p. So simply tau. So this is GOP is given as 10 raised to 19. So GOP is given in the question. It is given as 10 raised to 19. So 10 raised to 19 into tau. Tau means the carrier lifetime, and it is given as 10 microsecond. So it is 10 microsecond. 10 into 10 raised to minus 5 minus 6. 10 raised to minus 6. So this much second, and this value will be equal to 10 raised to 14 centimeter raised to minus 3. So from the given data we can determine the excess carriers delta n and delta p, and also we know that the injection is low level injection. Since the sample is doped with the 10 raised to 16 donors, we can say that the value of N0 will be equal to 10 raised to 16. So this value is actually the electron concentration at equilibrium. So from the data, delta n is very much less than N0. If you look at the value of N0, N0 is 10 raised to 16. Since the sample is doped with the donors, the value of N0 will be equal to 10 raised to 16, and the delta n value is very much less than N0. We can say this type of injection as low level. We have already studied low level and high level injection. So this is low level injection, and we can determine the electron concentration after shining the light or after passing the photons. We can determine the value of n, that is n is equal to the equilibrium value N0 plus delta n. Delta n means the excess carriers generated. So this is the new electron concentration after passing light. So N0 plus delta n, which is equal to N0 is given as 10 raised to 16, that is the donor concentration. So that value will be equal to the equilibrium electron concentration. So that is 10 raised to 16 plus delta n. Delta n value that we have already found out, 10 raised to 40. So 10 raised to 16 plus 10 raised to 14, and this value will be approximately equal to 10 raised to 16 centimeter raised to minus 3. And similarly we can find out the value of P. P is equal to P0 plus delta P. P0 is not given in the question. P0 is the equilibrium hole concentration. If we know the value of N0, we can determine P0 by using mass action law. That problem already we have studied. So we can determine the value of P0 by Ni square divided by N0 plus delta P. So what is the value of Ni? So the value, the given semiconductor is silicon. So the value of Ni is the value of Ni for silicon at equilibrium or at 300 Kelvin. At 300 Kelvin or at equilibrium condition, we can say this at equilibrium condition is 1.5 into 10 raised to 10. So centimeter raised to minus 3. So this value should be substituted for this Ni, 1.5 into, not the Ni value given in the question, that is after shining light, the value of Ni is 10 raised to 14. So this is the equilibrium value of Ni. So we will substitute it as 1.5 into 10 raised to 10. Ni square means the whole square divided by N0. N0 is given as 10 raised to 16 plus delta P. Delta P is 10 raised to 14. So this value is equal to approximately 10 raised to 14 centimeter raised to minus 3. So we have obtained the value of N and P after shining the light. So these are the new electron and hole concentration, and we can determine the Cauchy Fermi level Fn and Fp, or the separation of Cauchy Fermi levels, from the equation N is equal to Ni into e raised to Fn minus Ei by kT. So at equilibrium this equation is N0 is equal to Ni into e raised to Ef minus Ei by kT. Upon shining the light, the electron concentration equation N is equal to, this N is N0 plus delta N. So N is equal to Ni into e raised to Ef is replaced by Cauchy Fermi level, that is Fn minus Ei by kT. So using this equation we can determine the value of Fn minus Ei. So what is the value of Fn? So taking natural logarithm, so N by Ni is equal to e raised to Fn minus Ei by kT. So the exponential can be replaced by natural logarithm. So Fn minus Ei by kT is equal to natural logarithm of N by Ni. So Fn minus Ei equal to kT, natural logarithm of N by Ni. So this is the equation for Fn minus Ei. What is the value of kT? Here upon shining the light, the value of Ni is 10 raised to 14 at 450 Kelvin. So the temperature is changed. So the temperature is 450 Kelvin. So at 450 Kelvin, what is the value? So at 300 Kelvin, kT is equal to 0.026 electron volt. So at 450 Kelvin, the value means value of kT is equal to 0.026 into 450 by 300, this much electron volt. So this value is equal to 0.039 electron volt. So the value of kT at 300 Kelvin that we know, that is 0.026 electron volt. At 450 Kelvin we can determine by multiplying with 450 and dividing by 300. Or if we know the value of k, we can determine the value of t. We can determine the value of kt. That is, k is equal to 8.6 into 10 raised to minus 5 electron volt per Kelvin. So that is the value of Boltzmann constant. So multiply with the 450, then that value will be equal to 0.039 electron volt. Or simply this 0.026 multiplied with the 450 by 300 will give the value of kT at 450 Kelvin. So the value of kT is equal to 0.039 electron volt, natural logarithm of n. N is 10 raised to 16 by Ni. Ni is given in the question as 10 raised to 14. After shining light, the value of Ni is changed. At equilibrium, it is 1.5 into 10 raised to 10. So the value of Ni is changed to 10 raised to 14 at 450 Kelvin. So the value is 10 raised to 14, the value of Ni. So this will give the value of Fn minus Ei, and the Fn minus Ei value on solving we will get as 0.18 electron volt. So this value is equal to 0.18 electron volt. Similarly, we can determine the Cauchy Fermi level in the case of p-type. So P is equal to Ni into e raised to Ei minus Fp by Kt. Fp by Kt. On solving, we can get Ei minus Fp equal to Kt natural logarithm of P by Ni. So this value will be equal to 0.039 electron volt, natural logarithm of P. What is the value of P? P is 10 raised to 14 divided by 10 raised to 14. So 10 raised to 14 by 10 raised to 14, that will be equal to 1. Natural logarithm of 1 equal to 0. So this answer will be 0 electron volt. So we have obtained Fn minus Ei equal to 0.18 and Ei minus Fp is equal to 0 volt. So we have obtained the Cauchy Fermi levels Fn minus Ei and Ei minus Fp value. So we can write Fn minus Ei is equal to 0.18 electron volt and Ei minus Fp Ei minus Fp is equal to 0 electron volt. So the value of Fn minus Fp, adding these two equations. So adding these two equations, we will get Fn minus Fp is equal to 0.18. Simply add those two equations and we will get the value of the Cauchy Fermi level separation Fn minus Fp as 0.18 electron volt. So we have determined the first part, that is the Cauchy Fermi levels. Find the Cauchy Fermi levels, and also we have to determine the change in conductivity. So we can determine the conductivity value, change in conductivity, delta sigma is equal to Q into mu n into delta n plus Q into mu p into delta p. So actually this is the change in conductivity after shining light to the semiconductor. So Q into mu n into delta n, that is the excess carrier is generated, and delta p is the excess Hall generated. So but the value of mu n and mu p is not given in the question, but instead of that dp and dn are given. dp and dn are given. So using dp and dn value, we can determine the mu n value. So from Einstein relation, dn by mu n is equal to kt by q. So dn is given, so you can determine the value of mu n. Mu n is equal to dn by kt by q. So dn is given in the question, so dn is given in the question as 36 centimeter square per second. So the value of dn 36 centimeter square per second by kt by q. kt by q is 0.039. So this temperature is 450 Kelvin. That is, upon shining the light, the temperature is mentioned as 450 Kelvin. So the value of kt by q will be 0.039 at 450 Kelvin. At 300 Kelvin, the value is 0.026. So this is change in conductivity upon shining the light. So the value of mu n is 36 by 0.039, and this value is equal to 927 centimeter square per volt second. So this is the value of mu n. Similarly, using the relation dp by mu p equal to kt by q, we can determine the value of mu p, which is equal to dp by kt by q, and which is equal to dp is given as 12 in the question. So 12 by kt by q 0.039, and the value will be equal to 309 centimeter square per volt second. So we have obtained the value of mu n and mu p, and we know the value of delta n and delta p. So we already evaluated the value of delta n and delta p, which is equal to 10 raised to 14. So substituting the value, so q can be taken common. So mu n delta n plus mu p delta p. What is the value of q? Q is 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and mu n is 927 into 10 raised to 14. Delta n value already we evaluated. Mu p value is 309 into delta p, that is also 10 raised to 14. So on solving this, we will get the value of conductivity, that is 0.0198. So this value, so this is the change in conductivity upon shining the light that we have evaluated. So we have determined the value of separation between the Cauchy Fermi levels and the change in conductivity delta sigma. So we can go to the next problem. So this problem is related with our Einstein relation and the concept of electric field on the band diagram that we have already studied in Einstein relation. That is, upon when electric field is applied to a semiconductor, the electron energy levels will increase in the direction of the applied field. So using that concept, we can do this problem. That is, an intrinsic silicon sample is doped with the donors from one side such that Nd, the value of donor concentration, is N0 e raised to minus ax. Find an expression for the built-in electric field at equilibrium. Find an expression. First we have to find an expression for the electric field at equilibrium over the range for which Nd is greater than Ni, and also evaluate the field when A is equal to 1 micrometer raised to minus 1, and sketch the band diagram indicating the changes of applied electric field. So first of all, we can obtain that relation. So at equilibrium, we know that Jn at equilibrium, we can say that, so at equilibrium condition, Jn is equal to 0 or Jp is equal to 0. The total current density due to electrons and holes can be equal to 0. Jn means Jn drift plus Jn diffusion is equal to 0. What is the value of J in drift? Sigma E, or sigma is Q into N0 mu n into E of x. So sigma E, that is the J in drift value, plus J in diffusion value, that is Q into dN into dN0 by dx. N0 is the equilibrium electron concentration. So this is the diffusion equation, Q into dN. dN is the diffusion coefficient of electrons, dN0 by dx. At equilibrium, the net value will be equal to 0. So from this we can determine the value of electric field E of x. So this is equal to, so we can equate Q into N0 into mu n into E of x is equal to minus Q n into dN into dN0 by dx. Q get cancelled and E of x will be equal to minus dN by mu n into 1 by N0 into dN0 by dx. And this dN by mu n is kT by q. From Einstein relation, this can be written as minus kT by q 1 by N0 into dN0 by dx. Given, therefore electric field E of x is equal to minus kT by q. Given N0, in the question given N0, or this is same as ND, since it is doped with the donors, at equilibrium the value N0 will be equal to ND. By comparing it with the intrinsic carrier concentration, we can say that N0 is approximately equal to ND, and this value is equal to N0 e raised to minus x. So we can substitute for N0 as 1 by N0. Small n0 is N0 e raised to minus x. Since the doping concentration ND is given, and this doping concentration will be equal to the electron concentration at equilibrium into dN0 by dx. dN0 by dx means taking the derivative of the small n0 value. So taking the derivative, it will become N0 e raised to minus ax into inner derivative, that is minus a. So this is the value of dN0 by dx. So N0 e raised to minus ax get cancelled, minus minus will become plus, and this is kT by q into a. This is the expression for electric field. This is the expression for built-in electric field at equilibrium. And we have one more question, that is evaluate the field when A is equal to 1 micrometer raised to minus 1. So that is E of x at A is equal to 1 micrometer raised to minus 1 will be equal to kT by q. The value of kT by q at equilibrium is 0.026 into, that is volt per centimeter, that is 1 micrometer raised to minus 1. So that value will be equal to 1 micrometer means 10 raised to minus 4. So 1 micrometer is 10 raised to minus 4 centimeter. So 1 by 1 micrometer, that is micrometer raised to minus 1. So this is 10 raised to 4. Since 1 micrometer raised to minus 1, so it will become 10 raised to 4. So, and this is equal to 0.026 into 10 raised to 4, and this value will be equal to 259 volt per centimeter. So this is the electric field value at A is equal to 1 micrometer. So at A is equal to 1 micrometer raised to minus 1. So that will be equal to 0.026 into 10 raised to 4, which is equal to 259 volt per centimeter. And also we have to sketch a band diagram showing the changes and this is an n-type semiconductor. So this is EC, and this is EV. EI is in the middle, and for EF there is no change. There is no change for EF. EF will be a constant. So actually EF is a constant. There is no change for the semiconductor Fermi level. Since Fermi level is constant, so EF remains constant. Only the EI, this is EI. So electric field is applied in the x direction, E of x. So EF will remains constant. That is important. EF will remain constant, and EC, EI and EV will bend. So this is the energy band diagram indicating the direction of electric field. Okay, thank you.